What's going on? Charles Botensten here. Just really wanted to go over a comment that I just received on a video, and it's probably one of the better comments, probably one of the most realistic comments, and probably the most self-aware comments that I've heard in a while. I don't have it pinned up because it's obviously on my phone, but it came through and it essentially said that, and it was with the goal setting, which was 6 months, 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. For me, I do 15. And again, on those goal setting, it's not even goal setting, it's just a framework. This is essentially the direction I want to go in. This is the focus I want to do. So I have a yearly focus. So last year it was health. This year it was business. And the whole year is revolved around business. Next year is probably going to be relationships. That's going to be relationships with my friends. That's going to be relationships with women. And the reason being is that I put it on my goal in 5 years to have an idea potentially of who I'd want to marry. Okay, in 10 years, I definitely want to know who I'm going to marry. So in other words, during this time frame, I have at least a framework. I don't know how I'm going to find her. I know a rough sketch of what I want in a woman and in a relationship. So in other words, it's just a basic framework. But this is the most important part of goal setting. Time. Obviously, you've heard it before, is that we underestimate what we can accomplish in 10 years and we overestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year. So we overestimate our accomplishment in 10 years and then we underestimate what we could do in 10 years and overestimate what we could do in a year. And essentially the comment, if you want this specific comment, go to my last video. The specific comment said, I did a 6-month goal and holy shit, the time flew. I had no idea and he didn't accomplish it. And it's not even about the accomplishment, okay? Do you understand how many goals that I have set and did not accomplish? So essentially, either my priorities have changed so the perfect example is I said, you know what? I really want to focus on women. I really want to be going out and meeting women. And I had no idea that I was going to be doing triathlon training. So essentially, what did I do? I went out and I focused on business. I focused on the discipline of training, and then I moved relationships to another time because I said, you know what? My priorities have changed. Okay? If you actually have the idea, and I'm actually going to do an Instagram video about this, is that your trajectory is most important. Your trajectory has to be going up. Nature abhors any kind of order, and it does everything in its power to move away from order. It just goes towards chaos. It just goes towards entropy. It just goes towards whatever you want to do. Unless you put energy toward it, you will never accomplish it. It will never happen. You have to put energy. So if you put energy in the wrong space, in the wrong area, then that energy is used incorrectly. That's like me heating up a pot without any water in it. Well, where's the boiling water? Oh, I got to add water to it. You're essentially heating up the wrong thing. So going back to what he was saying is that if you put energy towards something, so long as you understand you may not accomplish it in that time frame, you need just the basic framework. But the problem is, just look at one thing in your life. Just look at this year alone. It's September, almost. We're a week away from September. It's going to be Thanksgiving soon, and then it's going to be Christmas, and then it's going to be the New Year, and now it's 2020. Then it's going to be May, summer, election time, then it's going to be 2021. The time is going to pass anyway. The time is passing anyway. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a quadrant that I just was listening to a podcast. It was very smart. And essentially, I do this about every 90 days. I have a start, stop, and continue. And I just go through my life and I say, what do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? And what do I need to continue doing? And essentially you have this quadrant. Obviously, it's a little bit different. The way they have it is start, stop, do less of, do more of, and then you have quadrants and you write in those quadrants. That is self-awareness. The comment that I received on that video is self-awareness. That self-awareness that says, I had a framework of where I wanted to go with a goal. I had a goal in mind for a 6-month goal. I didn't accomplish it. The self-awareness is actually, holy cow, time flies. And on top of that, let me just add in something that most people are not understanding right now. And I'm not talking about you guys, but the general public does not understand when there is nothing to do, we fill it easily. Easily, we fill it with distractions. Bullshit that mean nothing to our lives. Do you understand the unhappiness in 2 decades with all the people that are living right now that said, oh my God, I wasted my 20s. Oh my God, I wasted my 30s. And now they're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. And they look back. You don't want to be that. That is hell, as David Goggins says. David Goggins says you have what you should be and what you're meant to be. And they better align. This is who I am. And this is who, as he says, God wanted me to be. And if they don't align, and obviously, again, if you're atheist or agnostic, know nothing about God. This has everything to who you were meant to be is who you need to be. It is a disservice to this world if you do not become who you need to be, who you should be, why you are here. And instead, you filled it with distractions. You just plugged in all this chaos, all this entropy, and all the energy that you put towards your life, all to create all this order, to have a framework, to have an idea of where you're going, is dissolved because you don't actually understand the one thing is time. And it's in the self-awareness by this comment, and I implore you to also have the self-awareness, is every single day, and I'll get into something in a second, every single day say, what did I do today? And then in the morning, what am I going to do today? And then at night, what did I do today? Why? And this is the thing. If you journal this, you'll look back and you say, oh my God, that was 2 months ago. I started journaling, or you started writing things down, and that was 2 months ago. You will really feel time. You will truly feel time now, not in 10 years. That's too long. That's when most people feel time. When they turn a certain age, 39, 40, 41 years old, they turn a certain age and then they say, I just wasted my 30s. I just wasted my 40s. And now time has hit them. Now they start making big decisions like moving out, downsizing, traveling, smiling, loving more, approaching, going on online dates, saving money, starting their business. All the things they could have done, but they thought they would have forever. You don't. The awareness that we're all going to die, and the deep awareness is one of the things that I've seen by most people that are successful. Elon Musk talks about it consistently. Jeff Bezos always talks about it. He says, when I'm gone, Amazon is probably going to die within 20 years. Someone is going to come along and just take it over. because he's seen it in every other industry before him. All the companies that were around in the 60s, 70s, 80s, gone in the 90s, gone in the early 2000s, gone in the late, in 2010 to 2020. This is the one thing, and I'll leave you with this. This is the one thing today, when I have a framework, and I really intensely looked at my, from right now to age 70, and then I have about 10 pages of shit that I want to do, and I start really thinking about it. So those 10 pages of shit could be places you want to go. For me, it's not places I want to. I don't give a shit about traveling, to be honest. It doesn't really make me happy. Like when I go to a place, I really enjoy it. But really what gets me going is feeling fear and doing it anyway. It's building something. It's creating something. It's discovering something. It's curiosity. So that's all personal development, self-development, audiobooks. That is building my business. That is pushing the fear of triathlon training. That's discipline. That's really what gets my marbles off. So essentially, what I discovered today, and it was really profound, is that my best creative work and my most disciplined work came in two sections that I've stopped for 6 months, and that is visualization and journaling. It doesn't come from affirmations. It doesn't come from meditating. My meditating, now that I really thought about it, is actually exercising. Because when you are on a bike for 3 to 5 hours, when you're running for an hour to 2 hours doing 8 to 10, 12 miles, that's meditation for me. When I'm swimming for over an hour and I'm doing 3,500 yards, 4,000 yards in the pool, that's meditating to me. I don't need to meditate. I come out and I am very present because your mind is solely focused on that exercise. But journaling and visualization, and I brought this up today, especially when it came down to Alex Honnold. I cannot tell you how important that has been for me. For you, it might be different. But please, do yourself a favor and understand the worth of time. And I don't mean distractions, and yeah, that helps, but understand how fast time is actually going by measuring at maybe your Instagram post from 2 months ago. That's the best way, is look at an Instagram post and be like, holy shit, that was in May? That was in May. That felt like around the corner. That was in January? Everyone always says it every single year at the seasons. But the problem is, what do you do between the seasons? I mean the seasons as in Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. What do you do between then? All right? I am here to help you guys. I truly, truly believe that I am going to be a massive public speaker because there is no one that is potentially going through. I'm like the more relatable Gary Vaynerchuk is that, or the more, I would say the more, because, or it would, and I'm not, comparing myself to Gary Vaynerchuk, but I'm essentially saying I'm in the trenches. I'm making the sales calls. I'm approaching women on the streets. I am for relationships. I'm making the sales calls for business. I'm writing my goals just like you guys. I'm failing as much as you guys, probably even more. I'm readjusting, but the trajectory is everything. There is no stagnation. There is no plateauing. There is no this. It's nature is either going up or it's going down. And if it's going up, that means you're adding energy to entropy. Okay? I think it's the second law of something dynamic, thermodynamics. All right? Have an amazing day. Talk to you guys soon.